everyone, welcome back to the Queen's Home Team channel, and this is a segment Q&A with QHT, and we are your host Abigail Herrera alongside of George Herrera, my husband and trusted business partner.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for joining with us today, and these are questions that come up in all different fashions and sources, and so we find that these are questions that inquiring minds want to know. So these are those videos particularly for this purpose.
Yes.
All right. So George, this is a question for you now.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Appraisal came back $30K lower than list.
Okay.
We offered list price 2 days after listing, $589K, and appraisal came back $560K. They put 5% down. We asked the sellers to meet us at appraisal price contingent on a current sale. How often does this successfully happen? Should we keep looking for other houses? We love this one, but we aren't spending $30K over appraisal for it. Are we going to be told to get lost because we offered so soon after listing? We are worried about cash buyers. We are making moves to leave the city further west. We listed one of our condos for this purchase, which is in the city, and we received 3 full cash offers immediately. If someone offered cash for the house we are buying, they could potentially not give a damn about the bank or appraisal. Do condos in major cities receive more cash offers than SFHs further out? What are our chances here?
Okay, so SFH, single family home. So that one we can disregard the last question. Do condos in the city get more cash offers than single family homes? That's very dependent, and cash buyers are pretty much everywhere if it's a good deal. But in this area, it could be that in the city, maybe Airbnbs are booming, and so cash buyers are jumping on the Airbnbs in the condos there. Single family homes are for residential, so maybe that's why. So really though, the question is, bought a house, accepted offer, $590 in contract. Appraisal comes in at $560. This is common, so you can have a low appraisal, especially if your sale is on the high end of the comps or higher than any of the recent sold comps. So this one came in low. Whenever you have a low appraisal, if you have a standard appraisal contingency in the contract, meaning you didn't waive the appraisal contingency, then one of 4 things that happens? If you have a low appraisal, you can either seller comes down in price to the appraised value, which is what they're asking for. Buyer comes out of pocket for the additional, so that $30,000 added to the down payment so that you keep the deal going. You renegotiate, so you might say, let's meet in the middle. We come up, we put half, you come down half, and you have a new price. Or the deal dies. So that's your worst case scenario. So that's what happens in these situations. Here, sometimes you'll have buyers who it comes in low, the appraisal comes in at $560, and they just cannot even fathom, I'm not paying more than what the appraisal says. Now, we've seen people lose out on houses like that and then regret it later. So we've seen people in this situation say, no, I'm not paying more than that $560.
Yes.
And then a year later, they're still in the market, haven't found something, and they wish they would have just paid the difference, right?
Okay.
So keep that in mind. In a real estate environment where prices are appreciating, today's premium can be tomorrow's discount.
Okay.
So something to keep in mind. Now, appraised value, one thing also to keep in mind is that you can bring in 3 appraisers and you'll get 3 different values.
You can get 3 different values, yes.
You can get 3 different values, right? So it's subjective. If it came in low, chances are it is on the high end of the comps or a little over. But if you're planning to live in the house for 10, 20, 30 years and you love the house, then what is an additional, 30 if in long term you're going to make up that 30, you'll get it in equity, right? Over time.
So it's a good comment to see how long you're going to live there.
Yeah, what's your time frame? Is it 5 years? Then maybe not. You might not actually get 30,000 of appreciation in the next 5 years. But if you go out 10, 20, 30 years, most likely your value will be higher and you'll make up that 30 and most likely more.
All right.
So that's something to think about there. So don't get too stuck on just because the appraiser said this is what the value is. Remember, the market value is what a buyer's willing to pay. you were willing to pay
Good point.
$590. So now just because a bank says it's worth $560, are you not willing to pay the $590? So keep that in mind. Keep the time frame in mind. And in my opinion, anytime a situation comes up like this, the most natural win-win agreement, in my opinion, is meet in the middle. Seller, come down half. We'll put half in the form of more down payment, and let's keep the deal going. In my opinion, that's a win-win agreement. Everybody gives a little, and we keep the deal moving forward.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty
Does that
straightforward.
suffice? Is
Yeah.
that concise and clear enough?
I think so.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
There
well,
you go.
thank you, George. That
You're
was
welcome.
such a great
Goodbye,
question.
everybody.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you for whomever this was that had this question.
Yes.
This is a great one. It often comes. It often takes place here in New York City. So it's a great question that was just answered by George.
There you go.
So thank you for tuning in today. We're
Yes.
going now.
Yes.
For any other questions, feel free to call, text, email. You can find our link below. If you like this information, share with anybody that you find this could be valuable for.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to seeing you again on the next one, which is Q&A with QHT.
Yes.
George and Abigail signing out. Take care.